Okay.
So, just want to introduce myself. My name is Uncle Bruce, and I'm here today with a friend. His name is Nicholas. How are you, Nicholas?
Very good. Very good. Thanks
And
for
other
asking.
people too that are our friends, and Aliu, Vandalay. So, we're talking today about engineering and engineering ideas, things that are connected to engineering. And we do these webinars to basically help you guys with listening to a topic and then having opportunity to discuss some of the things that we talk about and other things too, for that matter. But it's an idea to help you guys with your English vocabulary, listening, and communicating. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and get started here with the questions I created to talk to Nicholas to discuss topics about engineering. And so, my first question for you, Nicholas, is what type of
Hmm.
engineering do you do in your company?
What type of engineering do I do? So basically, I work with simulation. Okay. So basically, it's what do we do with simulation? Uh, we try things virtually, online, not on practice, right? So basically, we use simulation for not to build the things. We simulate them on the computer, so we don't have to build them to know if something's gonna break or if something's gonna work. So this help us really making the project faster to implement, to find some problems that may occur in the practice, that we cannot spend money on that. So basically, I work with uh, project engineering,
Okay, okay. And so,
design engineering.
what type of area are you trained in? Like with education, what was your degree in?
My major, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my major. So I'm a mechanical engineer. I worked for many companies in this research and development area, project area, and well, basically that those companies helped me a lot to understand about engineering. The Of course the college, it helped me too, but the main thing where I learned engineering was on the companies I worked for and from some books, for sure.
Okay.
Many books.
And all the books were in Portuguese or in English?
Some were in English and some were in Portuguese, but the best ones were for sure in English. Eh,
Mm, more current
Uh,
information, maybe.
yeah, more information. Those informations were available. Yeah, there was more information in English than in Portuguese. So I think English it's a very important language if you want to learn engineering.
Mm.
Uh, the standards you use are mainly in English. If you're going to communicate with like someone from India or Germany or Korea, you're gonna use English. So it's
Ah,
really important.
okay. Okay, good. Is anybody else in engineering in this group right now? Is
Yes, I
anybody
do.
else?
I know just a bit because I did repairing technical maintenance at Tech.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and I study AutoCAD, but I didn't use it professionally, just for curiosity and to take care of my own car. So I
Mm.
have a bit of an idea when you spoke about it, but it's nice. I'm not so lost at all.
Good. And Elio, I think you're an engineer, right?
Yes, I am an engineer too.
A mechanical engineer,
Actually, my major is automotive engineering, but it's a
automotive
major,
engineering.
yes, it's a major very, very close to mechanical engineer. I
Hmm.
actually never worked on the automotive industry, just in others industries related with the mechanical field.
Mm-hmm.
Appliances mainly, right?
Yes, most of my career applies what we call a white line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you mentioned the idea of AutoCAD. Is that what you use, Nicholas? Is you use AutoCAD in your job?
Not at my actual job. I used AutoCAD on Biller, which is a company that makes project for food factories.
So
So
food manufacturing, food production.
yeah,
Oh,
the
interesting.
machinery for the for foods, right?
The packaging,
So
yes.
yeah, so we had to do the this word I don't know in English. Silo, a silo. Yeah, it's silo, right?
Civil engineering.
Yeah, some bit of civil engineering, but silo. I think it's grain bean.
Oh, green beans.
No, no,
I
let me
can't
I
hear
just
don't
check
very
that.
well, I guess, but
I don't know too. It's a very uh, unusual word, I'd say.
Yeah, but it's silo. It's silo.
I think I
Yeah,
know
but
what you mean. The machine that put the beans inside the plastic bag or organic bag.
Those storages for grains, like big metal storage grains.
are you talking about into tin cans or into metal cans?
Yeah, but bigger,
Oh,
really big.
big containers,
Yeah, big containers. Yeah,
big
they
metal
are containers.
containers.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
We used to do
well, I
that
don't
kind of
know
project.
exactly, but we have different sizes of metal containers. We have barrels, barrels that are made out of metal.
Yeah, let me silo.
We have a train one too that goes by Santos and come to São Paulo too when you go to Cubatão that do the distribution of it when it comes on the ships and these stuffs, right?
Mm, okay,
I think
Mm.
so.
all
Yeah,
right,
but it was related to food. So
okay.
basically, the transport and storage.
Mm-hmm. And what
Uh,
does your
but
company make, Nicholas? What does your company make?
we make bolts, nuts, and yeah, that's it. Bolts, nuts,
Fasteners.
threads,
yes.
threaded bars. We make fasteners. We have some glue, some tapes, this kind of stuff. Mainly
Mm,
related to fixturing.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
go ahead.
about the CAD softwares. So there's many CAD softwares. The main one in the industry, I think it's SolidWorks, which is mainly used in Brazil. I think it's mainly used in the United States too,
So
probably.
AutoCAD's not used that much then.
Most in civil engineering.
Oh, civil
Uh,
engineering. Okay.
yeah,
But the engineering, the type of engineering you do, what is the name of the program again?
SolidWorks.
SolidWorks.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's. I think it's a French software.
okay.
It's
Interesting
really
to know.
good
I
software.
didn't know this name. I remember AutoCAD, but not
Hmm.
this one SolidWorks. Interesting.
SolidWorks. Yeah, it's the when you talk about industry work or machining, plastics, you probably will find SolidWorks.
Okay. So
Hmm.
you're basically involved in project management, right? In your job.
Uh, Not actually, I'm not involved with project management. I make the project. Like I'm more related to a designer. But my my function, right? It's more related to the simulation, validating the project that comes to make, right? Like
So you're like an artist.
I'm an analyst. So basically I take the designer's project and see if it's gonna work or not
Okay.
using
Cool.
simulation.
So it's a lot of math in your area, huh?
Yeah, a lot of math, computational math.
Mm-hmm. So, when I teach English,
Mm,
we don't use it a lot, but we use a point, okay? And in
mm-hmm.
English, American English, well, in English in general, we have three different words. We use period for grammar, we use
Right.
dot for internet related things, and we use the word point when we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
numbers, especially when you're talking about scientific numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So you deal with numbers like 155.011,355.
Yeah. Sometimes, or maybe daily. Yeah.
The scientific numbers, scientific. And of course, you can use scientific notation too with
Mm-hmm.
the powers of
Yeah.
numbers. But I don't know if
But
you go that far, but I know that's also a possibility.
yeah, it's a possibility. But usually I don't use them. It's a little bit hard for folks to understand, right?
Right, right.
Easier to use like uh three three numbers
And
after
that's
the
sufficient normally, huh, for your work
yeah, yeah,
to the nearest thousandth. Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And do you get involved in SPC?
SPC stands for statistical process control, right?
Yes, statistical process control.
Yeah. We are implementing in
Uh-huh.
some processes there. We have SPC, but not in all processes.
Okay.
So we are expanding this. But it's a really nice thing. It's really necessary to control the processes with lower costs, right? Because you can't control all the processes 100%. You have to share your attention through the processes, and the more efficient way to do that is using SPC.
Yes. I remember I worked in manufacturing before. That's why your profession caught my attention of engineering. I'm not an engineer, but I was in the
Mm-hmm.
military and I was like a somewhat of an engineer, like a surveyor. But that was like
Mm-hmm.
more with civil engineering. But I
Mm-hmm.
worked in a manufacturing company with plastic injection molding.
Oh, yes.
And
That's
that was
nice.
very interesting. And we used a lot of SPC to make sure that the tolerances of the parts that we created were within the limitations. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't make it right, it won't fit in the car.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it has to fit exact, okay, more or less. So
And
it's
and
very
that's
interesting to
wasted
learn
money.
about this.
If they don't fit in the car, that's wasted money. And we
Right,
don't want
right.
wasted
So
money.
you have to do a sample. When you have production, you sample one part in every box or something like that, just to see, are the parts
Mm-hmm.
in this box indicative of the parts that are being created? And then you check
Mm-hmm.
the next box, and maybe you do 2 or 3 pieces in a box of 100. But the
Mm-hmm.
SPC helps us to understand: are we making good parts that we can sell to the clients? The
Mm-hmm.
customer, which is General Motors or BMW, whoever. If you're doing
Yeah,
that type of work, you have to sell high quality parts, and
yeah.
SPC helps you to stay there.
In appliances, they use it a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first company where I'd worked, which was in Whirlpool, was related to plastic injection too.
Mm-hmm.
So we used that a lot to
Yeah, I
make
remember we
sure the
made
parts
we
were.
made the doors, the door handles. We made the door
Yeah,
handles for the refrigerators and the oven.
the the eggs holder, the
Yeah, the egg holder. Yep. We didn't make that,
uh,
but it was the same type of idea that they
the
inject the
fruit.
plastic into a mold. And so you work with tool and die then, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
to
worked
make
with
a
that.
die, to inject the plastic into, That's a
Mhm.
lot of money just to make the die.
Yeah, big money, a lot of money.
Yep. And so when the die is ready, then they test it and everything's okay. Then they bam, bam, bam. They make production, make
Yeah,
money. Okay.
a lot of parts.
Yeah.
High repeatability. Damn it, this word is difficult.
Well, they
Repeatability.
replicate, they
Repeatability.
rapidly make. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I remember
The-
that. It was interesting to do this type of operation in a factory. I mean, I
Mhm.
didn't like it because I had night shift. I hate night shift, man. Oh, it's not
Really?
good for us. The biorhythm of our body says, "What are you doing up? Go back to sleep, boy."
Yeah.
So, night shift's not good for me. But SPC was cool to learn and to understand the process. But is your company also certified by some type of organization? Like I know there's an ISO 9001, 9002,
Yeah.
3.
Mm-hmm. So
That's
yes,
important, isn't it?
yeah, it's very important. Why it's important? Because that company will have all their processes together, right?
Mhm.
And you know exactly that they have like countermeasure for problems, this kind of stuff. So this is really important um, for our customer to rely on us,
Mhm.
to know that we're going to take the things seriously, because
Yes.
that's something that's hard to obtain.
Yes.
So it's really important for us. I think that oh yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so this
90.
idea of having standards, it's like this. First,
Mhm.
you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. And if you have a problem here, then you do this or this. Yeah, it's a process of doing things the same way all the time. Like McDonald's, when they make a hamburger, you do this, then you do this, then you do this. Every hamburger
Exactly.
has a pickle. You like
Mm.
the pickle on hamburgers, okay? The
Yeah.
pickles are necessary to make that a McDonald's hamburger. A little ketchup,
Mhm.
a little mustard, a pickle, the bun, and the meat. Basically, that's it. And then the paper. Fold it this way, fold it that way, and give it to the customer. It's a
Mhm.
process for every production. If you want to
Yeah.
have good production standards, you have to follow a standard.
And again, you if you do that exactly path, you will obtain the same results, which
Mhm,
is really desirable when you're working on manufacturing.
mhm, mhm. So it's very interesting to talk to you about all these things because I've worked in
Mm.
that industry, of production before. And so this
Mhm.
is helping me to remember some of those things, some good, good things and bad things. Because I didn't like my whole experience, but overall, it was a good experience to learn about plastic injection molding, learn about production management, learn about all these different things. The company I worked with was very good. It was in
Yeah,
Grand Rapids, Michigan, called Cascade Engineering. Very good
cascade
company,
engineering.
good reputation.
That's nice. I think it's really nice to understand how the things are done. One of my favorite TV shows was How Stuff's Made.
Oh, really?
Man, yeah, that thing that brought me to engineering.
Wow. Very
Used to,
interesting.
yeah, I
That's
used to watch that.
probably over the last 10 or 12 years, huh? Maybe 15
Mm.
years that
Yeah,
show was out.
I used to watch that when I was a kid.
What is the name of the show again? What makes things work?
How stuff's made.
How
I
stuff is
think.
made. Did you
Yeah.
see that too, Ann?
No,
Oh,
I don't remember, but it's a documentary. I think it's on Discovery Channel, something like that.
exactly.
But it's Discovery, so then I know
Yeah.
the program that he's talking about.
Uh,
So I watch it. I
okay.
didn't watch it so far, but sometimes I watch it. And I like cars, and I like the American type of cars that they have big
Mm.
motors and like V8. That's why I did maintenance, auto repair of cars, just through curiosity to know how it works and all
Bruce
the
is probably
pieces.
gonna be upset with me, but I prefer the Japanese ones.
I prefer Japanese too. My favorite car is Honda. for me to own.
Ah,
I like Honda because it's economical and it's well made. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
worry about the maintenance. I don't worry about it. I just do my little part and the car keeps on going.
Yeah, this is a good point, but I like the noise of the American cars. They have
You
the
love the
noise.
Harley Davidson motorcycle then.
Exactly. It's my dream. When I retire, we'll have a chauffeur motorcycle, something very noisy to bother people and know that I'm coming because
Oh
I
my
like the noise.
goodness.
But yeah,
You know, there's a
nowadays
word.
I have
There's a word for that type of person. It's called obnoxious. Do you know this word?
No, this one you got me.
Okay, obnoxious is a word we use in American English a lot. And the word in Portuguese, obnoxio. You guys don't know that word either because the Brazilians don't use it.
No.
But the word is
not at all.
irritating, irritante.
Yes, yes. I want to be an old lady that will be obnoxious.
And they're going to
Yeah.
see, wait a minute, that's not a guy, that's a woman on that motorcycle.
Yes, yes, exactly.
You're going to make them like, wow, man.
Yes, even my kids say we need to hold money. We need to save some money because mama gonna be rocking, and because I raised my children not to hold them. I raised
Mm.
my children to them to be free and independent and feel free to live their lives. And I want to live mine. Like I did my part. Now take care of your
Mhm.
lives because I'm gonna take care of mine.
That's mature. That's nice. Most people don't think like that. That's nice.
Yes, I don't know. It's something that I raised them like that. You need to do. You need
Vanderlei
to
had
go
to
for you.
leave. Vanderlei had to leave. He has some personal things he needs to take care of. But that's okay. We're going to continue. So, in reference to other ideas about engineering, I remember learning about Kanban. Okay, is that something you guys practice in your company, Nicholas?
About oh yes, a lot.
It's basically
Kanban
about
is
supply.
yes, but you can use the Kanban on like the small things. There's something called lean office.
Called what?
Lean does not stand just for manufacturing. Lean office.
Oh yeah, lean office, lean manufacturing. Yes.
You know lean manufacturing?
Yeah, I know lean manufacturing.
Yeah. Kanban, you can use it on like for example,
Are you coming in broken?
you have a lot of tasks on the engineering sector. Okay, like for example, you have a lot of sorry,
Yeah, you were coming in broken, but I can hear you
Mr.
now.
Bruce.
Your voice.
Oh, okay. Let me restart. So about Kanban, you can use Kanban for tasks.
You're coming in broken again. Your voice is breaking
the
up.
engineering or the HU. Kanban can be used for. That's terrible. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's like we can hear you and then you start talking and we lose you, but let's keep on going.
Oh man. But you can use Kanban in a lot of stuff. Tasks, HR, a lot of things.
Good. So, and what about JIT, just in time delivery?
Just in time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's
I know.
really that's actually a little bit difficult to do.
It is.
But
It is. I remember that my company in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, we had to deliver our parts to Detroit, Michigan, which is where the manufacturing is happening with General Motors, Chrysler. And I remember one time we had a problem with our process. And so we couldn't build our parts. And because of that, the company had to pay General Motors like $1 million an hour. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy,
That's
man.
The only company I saw that was like the perfect model of just in time was Porsche.
Ah,
They has the best just in time in the world.
wow.
Yes, they when they are manufacturing the car, the parts are purchased, right? So when they already arrive on the assembly line. So they take the parts and put it on the car. It's incredible.
It's like
They don't have,
Legos. Just put the Legos together.
yes, they don't even have a warehouse.
But if I'm not wrong, it's a Japanese company that invented this just in time,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, Toyota invented.
Yeah,
That's
Toyota.
the Toyota manufacturing system,
Yes,
which later became Lean manufacturing.
Yep. They
got it,
also, I
got it.
think, were the ones that employed the Six Sigma. The
Oh
Six
yeah,
Sigma of looking at statistics and statistical process control and making sure that everything was perfect as much as
yeah.
possible.
And Lean Six Sigma it's really useful when you try to solve a really complex problem because you will find you use advanced statistics to understand the problem, to understand which factors will cause uh, more effects, or sometimes you think something is causing the problem, but it's not causing the problem on your process. So Six Sigma is it's really useful
Mhm.
to try to solve really complex problems.
So, who are some of your major clients with your company? Who do you service a lot with?
Uh, Mainly manufacturing, civil sector, right? Construction.
Mm.
Um, there is agriculture too, and automotive.
So you have a
Basically,
wide range. You have a wide range of clients.
yeah.
Um,
Fasteners are really on everything, right? If you look at your room right now, you find at least three types of fasteners, bolts, nuts. So basically, they are everywhere. So
yes, bolts, nuts, and washers.
yeah. Oh yeah, washers. Yeah, washers it's a good it's a good thing too.
Yeah,
Do you
because
guys know washers?
sometimes we need washers for whatever reason. You understand washers and
No, no.
oferecendo.
A
Which?
washer a washer
What
is
is
like that round thing,
What is it
it's
in
a
Portuguese?
round arruela.
Oferecendo.
Oh, got it. Uh-huh.
So you have
Now
the
I know.
bolt, you have the nut, and you have a washer. Beep, right. Whoop.
Yes, yes. It's all around. It's in every place, even sometimes on our faces. Yes.
Yes, yes. And sometimes it serves a special purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yes.
it compensates for space, but many
Hmm.
times it has a special purpose to help things to rotate. It's tight, but sometimes it
Yes.
has to rotate, and then use ball bearings, many other types of objects to help
Mm.
the rotation process.
Yeah, washers are mainly used for distributing the load. So you don't damage the surface where you're putting the bolts.
Mm-hmm.
That's important too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tighten even more the bolts. If you have a a washer, you can tighten uh, on the maximum
With more
your bolt.
torque, more torque.
Yeah, with more torque,
Got
exactly.
it. Got it.
Uh,
Yes.
okay.
Some of those have a noise, so you won't exceed the torque that do crack, 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 and you use it,
Ah,
right? To
yes,
fix
yes.
things.
Well,
Yeah.
we use a torque bar to torque the
Torque bar.
correct amount of tension on the torquing,
Mhm.
the tightening.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I
really
know.
important because if you left the bolts loose, they are probably going to fall off your part, your machine, your car,
Mhm.
and if you tighten them too much, they're probably gonna break your part or your car
Yeah, it's very
machine.
interesting. Just I'm thinking about it now. That in some cases, like with a refrigerator, you just
Hmm.
torque it and it's going to stay that way. But if you look at a
Hmm.
Harley Davidson motorcycle, a lot of vibration, and
A
even with
lot
the
of
car and
vibration.
truck, a lot of vibration. So in the engineering process, you have to understand how do we make it so that the nuts and bolts stay together.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
don't fall apart.
I didn't know a lot of bolts and nuts before I worked for Scissor. But now that I'm working for them, I'm learning a lot of things and understanding how important it's the bolts and nuts for some machines. For example, if you want to, like 16% of the problems are caused because of bolts and nuts. The recalls from cars.
Oh, really?
That's a lot. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I didn't know that too.
It's a high
I,
percentage. Yes, I am.
I
It's
have a
because
question.
it's. Mm,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you
mm,
say scissor, which industry is? Is a Brazilian industry or outside? Because I have a child that scissor as a restaurant. So I need
mm,
to understand which scissor. I want to, I need
mhm.
to picture things.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am a person that needs to imagine and see it.
It's a company here in Brazil, on Joinville. I'm from Joinville.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest uh, company of fasteners, bolts, and nuts from Latin America.
Wow.
Got it now.
How do
Yeah.
you spell it? Can you put it in the chat?
Yes. Sure. Scissor.
Oh, yeah. CISER. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Cool.
It's a really
So,
good company.
um,
Really like to work then.
you speak very good English. Did you need English in your job to get your job?
Yes. Yes, I do.
But it's a Brazilian company.
But those there are a lot of consultants, right? That are from Germany, United States. There are customers that are from United States. So we have to speak English and standards. Remember the standards I told
Yes.
on the beginning? They are mainly in English. The best ones are in English. So we have to understand English and have to speak English so we can understand the things that are need to be done on those standards.
Do you use the English standards of measurement or do you use the metric system?
Wow.
Uh, Both.
That's crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yes.
I think the
Imperial
metric
and
system is so easy, but Americans are so lazy. Lazy people because it's too hard to learn a new system. Dude, it's so easy. The metric system is based on 10. So bam,
yeah,
bam, bam. And so you talk about the American system that comes from England, 12 inches and then 36 inches for 3 feet, which is 1 yard. It's like miles is how many feet?
but I have to say it's really nice to design something in the imperial system. Actually, I really like.
No, don't say that.
Oh,
Why do you say it's
I I don't
interesting?
I don't know, but it's easier. Like you go when you're thinking when you're designing. Like, oh, I can use like I don't know 3 thumbs. 3 thumbs are okay. So you use this kind of measurement, like 1 feet, 1 feet. It's sounds nice.
I went in the military and I learned how to use the metric system. And I looked at that and I said, why did we never learn how to use the metric system? We had some classes. Okay, today we're going to learn about the metric system. Okay, you're done with that. Okay, that's gone. Bye. It's like, why? It's so easy.
No, I like both systems. I like both systems.
Yeah, you have to because you have to learn all these different mathematics.
Yeah.
But in the military, we used a circle Not with 300. We used it with 360 degrees, okay? And then minutes and seconds and fractions of a second. But there's also another system called mils. 6,400 mils in a circle. And that's what we use mostly in my job as a surveyor. You know, working with civil engineering with the military. That's what we used. It was so easy. I mean, it was 6,400 mils, 6,400 mils. And then we went down to the thousandths of a mil instead of using minutes and seconds, which is not easy. It's not easy to do all that mathematics. You have to remember, in 1 minute, you have 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, of course, you can have degrees of that. But in 1 degree, you have 60 minutes in 1 degree, I think. Okay. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Why is it not standardized with all metric? It's so easy. So anyway, that's just my pet peeve. Okay. But it's interesting to know the different systems like you did. You had to learn them. Do you understand both and more or less?
So I prefer meters and I don't like pounds. I don't like feet. I don't like miles. Nothing at all.
No.
Actually, I don't like math. To be sure, I just use math to count my account balance and just that maximum.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't went so far. Yeah.
I love math. I have to.
So Nicholas, you said that you have clients and partners in other countries, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a multinational company in a way. It's not only Brazilian, but you have so much interaction with other countries and companies in the other countries. So yes, English is the natural neutral language between everybody, you know, all the different types of companies. They all use English. If it's a French company, German company, they use English in their business language inside the company. And so that's very important to know that you need to have the English as a very good language, intermediate language at the least, okay, the minimum. You need intermediate. But then you're going to learn more as you're using it in your company.
Oh, sure. I think English was the main thing to give me the opportunities I had on engineering. It was really important. So if you're into engineering, you have to be into English.
Wow.
And yes, you will learn a lot of things when you're working in English.
Yeah, actually, English is a business language. Yeah, for sure. I agree totally.
So have you had the opportunity or the necessity to travel to other countries because of your job?
Not yet.
Not yet. But do you
No.
foresee that?
Yeah. I think this is something I want.
Nicholas, I can tell you, you can create that. You can help create that opportunity by saying, "Oh, I can go to this client and do this, this." And they say, "Oh, well, yeah, we do need somebody to do that, but why you?" I speak English, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. You are a good representative of the company. You're very knowledgeable. You have a profession that's needed, and you speak English. And so you may not be needed for a specific task, but you get selected to go with that contingency of people because you speak English. And your boss doesn't speak very good English. They say, "Okay, Nicholas, come. I need you to come with me." That happens. I know it happens.
Yeah. This happens a lot.
Yeah.
You ever heard the expression, "That's a feather in your hat"?
There's a feather in your hat?
Yes.
No.
In Germany, the Germans, they go into the forest and they hunt. And that's called a Jägermeister. It's a master of the forest, okay? And they conserve the forest. They make sure the forest is okay. They look at the animals. They kill some animals to make sure that there's no overpopulation. But the Jägermeister, the forester in Germany, they have a hat. It's a special like felt hat. It's normally green, some variation of green, and they have feathers from birds, special birds in their hat. And so that's because they're so special, like you.
I hope so.
Yeah, because everything we do can lead to something else better and more advanced in our careers. So learning different techniques, learning different programs, learning English like you have, it's all going to help you have greater opportunities in the future. But sometimes you have to kind of like make your own way too. You need to be involved with the people who are traveling. Find out where they're going, what they're doing, and see how you can work your way into that situation. I'm telling you, you can make it happen for yourself. And
Well, I'm loving everything that you're saying. I'm absorbing and I'm taking it for me too. Thank you very much, because now I'm in transition of my profession. And wow, I'm at
what
the
is your
right place
profession,
at the
Ann?
right
What do you
time.
do?
Well, I worked last year for Air France as a customer service, and I wanted to be an English teacher. Then I gave up being an English teacher. Then I started to graduate in literature, and I'm studying Portuguese and English. And then suddenly, from nowhere, I don't know how, I hop in the, as a medical interpreter. And I'm
Oh, that's
so
nice.
sad. It's nice. I like my job. It's very interesting. Like right now, I just left my job. It was a labor, 1 hour and 45 minutes of labor. I was together. I work with Brazilian Portuguese to English and English to Portuguese, but I need to study a lot. I need to practice my English. And I would like to understand how to grow inside of that, because I wasn't seeing a path to me to grow to become something bigger. Because nowadays, to go to a public school and give English class, I don't want to be on only on the verb to be or not to be. Like, I want something bigger. I want to make a
Talk to me,
difference.
Ann.
Because
Ann, talk to me after
yeah,
this. Do you have my contact or no?
no, I think no.
Okay. My number. Let me give you my number real quick, and then we'll go on because I want to focus on Nicholas tonight. But the next webinar is going to be about customer service, customer experience.
Yes.
And I will probably draw you into that. Okay.
Let's hop on it.
I have some students. I have some students at Goal Airlines, and their job is just that. You know, customer experience, new products, all these different things. So my number is 11 for Sao Paulo 9.
I need to get a pencil. I'm old school. This one.
Okay. So Nicholas, I want to continue with our discussion. Okay, because this is your time to shine, baby. Okay.
All right.
The next question I have is that have you traveled outside of Brazil?
Just Uruguay, but not for work, right?
Right. But you travel outside, so you know that you can get on a plane or a train. Basically, I don't know, to go to Uruguay. I think it's by plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get on the plane, you go to another place, you get off, and you're in another world. Different diet, different food, different language, because that's Spanish. Do you speak Spanish? Hablo español.
A little bit.
Poquito. Okay.
Solo un rato.
No, you speak Portuñol. You can speak your Portuguese and interpret some things in Spanish. Dude, you can get what you need.
True.
But they try to speak or try to understand your Portuguese is hard. It's hard. I don't know why, but it is. But you can speak your language sufficient for them to understand you, but it's hard for them to really speak Portuguese. It's hard for them. So anyway, learning to travel is a big thing. And you've already traveled to Uruguay. That's good. Have you been to Buenos Aires? No. I want to recommend that you go to Argentina. As soon as you can, this year or early next year, go to Argentina because it's cheap, because the economy is low, okay? And your money goes farther, and it's very nice. Argentina in Buenos Aires is like Europe. The architecture is like Europe. It's like, wow, it's so beautiful. I mean, Latin architecture is beautiful too, but it has a lot of influence from European architecture. So in Buenos Aires, it's very European. And so you have good meat. The beef is delicious. course, you can eat a horse if you want to. They sell that too. But then you can go to a
What?
tango show. A tango show is spectacular.
Oh, that sounds nice. I would really like to go to a tango
So
show.
I want to tell you to spread your wings, get out there, do some traveling, because then after Argentina, okay, London, USA, South Africa. Which one do you want to go to? But you need to make a plan for yourself and get out there and travel to an English-speaking country.
Mm-hmm.
Get your feet wet with Argentina because it's economical right now, okay? And then after that, make a plan to go to an English-speaking country. Because then you're
Yeah.
going to use your English. You're going to see, you're going to get more confidence because you speak very good English. And yes, some people will say, huh? I'm sorry, repeat that. Because they don't understand other people that don't speak exactly like them, especially Americans. If you don't speak exactly like they do, say, huh? What? You know? Because they
Yeah.
don't have the capability to process English different from what they speak. And that's the limitation of many Americans. Not all, no, but many. They grow up in this area. They never travel. That's how they speak right here, that little area, okay? That's just the way it is. So your English is very good. So is yours, Ann. You guys can go a long way in life if you want. It's up to you. I can help with some suggestions, but I really think you need to go, Nicholas, and travel. Because one of my questions is, have you traveled with your company? And you already explained that. But you can make this possibility for yourself just by understanding who is traveling to France, who is traveling to Germany, who's traveling to the United States, when it's necessary for representatives of your company to do that. And then you start to, do you know the expression rub shoulders?
Rub shoulders, yeah.
Okay, that means you're socializing with the people. And you socialize with those people that are doing this traveling. And you get to know about a future trip. Oh, who's going on the trip? Oh, he says, oh, the vice president, the director, They say, oh, I can go if you guys want me to. I can help. I speak good English and I can help with some ideas. You can definitely do that. So I recommend that you start mingling with shoulders with these people that do this traveling, and maybe this possibility will come for you that you can travel. And I have other ideas too about that. You can travel to another country like the United States and go to visit the country or the company, the company that does business with your company. You say, oh, I work in this company in Brazil. You guys buy parts from us. Oh, really? Wow, you speak good English. Tell me more. You could possibly get another job in another country because of your English, dude, and your technical expertise and your engineering background. You could get a job just by going to that company to visit and say, "Oh, how are you? My name is Mr. Nicholas. I'm here from on vacation, just visiting. I wanted to visit the company that buys things from us." Really? Oh, it's in New York City. Oh, okay, I'm going to visit New York City at the same time. But you went to visit these companies, and they say, "Wow, really? You came to visit us?" They said, "Yes." So you start building relationships with different people about your profession. That's another possibility of getting another job and possibly getting to be part of the network that visits these companies when it's necessary to visit them to stimulate more sales from your engineering projects that you guys do, making things. Okay, so just an idea for you. Many, many possibilities of creating opportunities for you to travel, to visit other places. But start with Argentina. I recommend that. Or you could go to Santiago, Chile. I went there one time, but not sufficient. I need to go again. But man. Okay, so what about robots? Are robots taking people's jobs?
I think only only those that are dangerous and they like are you do a lot of repetitive work, only those jobs.
In English,
But I think that's a positive thing.
Problem in English we call that problem carpal tunnel syndrome.
How?
It's when you have problems in your wrist. and you're
Ah,
repeating
yes, yes.
movement with
Yeah,
your
yes.
wrist. A robot can do that because you keep doing that, you're going to have medical problems. You're going to have physical problems, and you're going to need to stop work. You're going to need operation, surgery. So let a robot do that repetitive motion activity.
Exactly. And if you take those jobs that are dangerous and repetitive and put robots on it, you will likely create another job for that people, the those people that were on the doing that repetitive and dangerous job.
Yeah.
For example, you're gonna need some analyst to work with the robots, a mechanical to maintain the robots.
Yep. Yeah. So
So
robots are a good thing when they're used
yeah,
properly and they don't try to destroy us. Okay. But the chat GPT, are you using that in your job? Chat GPT?
not much.
Not much?
Why not?
Well, why
W-
not? Yeah.
Uh, it's a good thing, the AI, right? But it's not reliable uh, enough for us by this time.
Mhm.
So when you're an engineer, you are the responsible for making that part, for the security of that part, right? So you can't trust AI to do that. You have to know the knowledge to make that part right.
Right. And so the chat GPT
It helps, but
is a
it's not
research
the
tool.
final answer.
Yeah, it's a research tool to find information, to find it,
Hmm.
in a better way. But
Hmm.
when you do a search in chat GPT, it's using you to create better ways for them to present more ideas. And if you use something that's very unique for your company, that can be
Hmm.
dangerous because they're going to take your ideas and share it with other people. So that's
Yeah,
a
that too.
dangerous part. That's a dangerous part.
Hmm.
You will have a spy inside the company.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. Yeah, there's a lot. I've done two webinars so far on Chat GPT, and I've just learned that it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous when it's
Yeah,
not when you're not careful. When you're not
and
careful.
sometimes the information that it tells you, it's not reality. Sometimes it's wrong, but the way it said it sounds really okay. Sounds really correct, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
You have many conditions that you have to look at when you're like engineering a part, a product. So then for it's helpful, but it's not the final answer, and the engineer should know what he's doing.
Yes. Agreed. Totally agreed. Okay,
Mhm,
so we'll put my number here. We're gonna wrap up our meeting here now,
mhm.
and I just want to say thank you very much, Nicholas, for sharing your time, your knowledge, your experiences with us. What I'm going to do is to post this. So I'm going to stop recording now and then I'll just wrap it up. But thank you guys for coming today. And I'll just
Thanks
stop
for the
talking right
invitation.
now and stop the recording. Then we'll just talk at the end. So bye bye, guys.